Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John. This is Benny, a true nerd, and welcome to Astroneer. Now, those of you with a good memory may recall that we have actually featured Astroneer on the channel once before, right when it first came into its early access. That must have been 2 odd years ago at this point, but it made such an impression on me, even in that early stage, that I think if I recall correctly, I gave it like my 4th best game of the year of what I think would have been probably 2017, possibly 2016. I can't even remember. It was a long time ago. And now, finally, over the last few days, Astroneer has formally launched. It has hit version 1.0. So, it's time to dive back in, see what's changed, see what's the same, because I loved this game back when it was in its absolute flippin' bare bones, so I cannot wait to see what they've done to it now. And we begin by blasting off our little spaceship and just, nipping down to a brand new planet. And what I love about this game is the scale. The absolute scale of it, because everything just feels so big. So that planet or moon or whatever that is, just kind of passing through the sky right now, that's not just like, a really pretty decorative skybox thing. That's an actual planet. You can build a spaceship and you can go there, and there's going to be resources on that planet that I might not be able to find on this planet, or will be a lot rarer on this planet. So I might want to actually go to a different planet for a mining trip, bring the resources back to here to refine them into something else, and oh, it's just wonderful. It's just flipping wonderful. Anyway, let's get started here, and I'll introduce it just in case you're kind of new to this game. So, this game's a survival game, but there's no food and there's no water. The only real resource you're keeping an eye on is oxygen. So while I'm close by to my little starting shelter here, I've got oxygen. And that little blue bar on my backpack, that's my oxygen meter, and power meter is in yellow. Yeah, that's another lovely thing about this game, by the way. There's no intrusive UI whatsoever. Everything is built into your backpack that's on screen all the time. So, game, give me some starting resources here, please. So, yep, there we go. A little cargo drop of some basic stuff just to get me kicked off here. This one, for example, if we just open it up, unfolds into a printer. So basically, that just lets me make stuff. And it needs to sit on top of a platform, which was in one of the other boxes. And also it needs to be powered. So just grab a cable from the ship, plug it into here. And yeah, my ship has a little starting generator built in. So it produces a tiny bit of power. Not enough to really last us for long, to be honest, but enough to get us kicked off. So as a result of that, we've now got a printer set up, and if I examine that, that shows me all the different things I can produce, which right now is a very small number of things, because we need to research more before we can build more. But before we can build anything, we're going to be needing materials, and right now, I can't step more than, what's that, maybe 4 or 5 meters from my ship without slowly beginning to suffocate, so I love the beginning of this game. The game just goes through so many different steps here, because your starting point is you've just got to find some basic resources to get you kicked off here. There's another planet in the distance. It's such a pretty game, and there's another planet very far away indeed. We need to basically just sprint away from our ship and just desperately try and find a little resource node to kick us off around here. The game is mostly generous enough to kind of, start you somewhere near a resource node. There's just like, a bit of an old trash lander or whatever from someone else. So we'll go and scavenge that in a second, but it's not a priority. No, I just need to find some basic metal to actually build some stuff out of here. Okay, I think I've found a little deposit over there. In fact, it's a good-sized deposit. But, yeah, this bit of the game is stressful, because I can only just make it over there and back before my oxygen runs out. If you die in this game, it doesn't matter. You just basically drop everything and respawn back at base. And yeah, there we go. That is totally a very decent-sized deposit of basic metal compound. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hoover up enough of that to actually get myself 1 compound. There we go, just 1 compound. Now, put that away and start sprinting back for base. And are you alive and planning to kill me? You might be. And yeah, I should hopefully just make it back to base, because you don't die the moment your oxygen runs out. You've got a bit of a moment's grace. But I do have 1 compound, which is very important indeed, because as soon as I get back to the safety of my little oxygen spot here, there we flipping go. So, oxygen meter refills up, and now my backpack is also a mobile crafting thing. So I can convert that compound into tethers. Tethers are my favourite thing in pretty much any game ever. Tethers are amazing. Tethers are basically a mechanism by which, yeah, you can get your oxygen network to stretch further. So if I just put a tether down there, yeah, now I'm absolutely fine. And very conveniently, this is beautiful design, by the way, the tether has a slightly longer range than you do. So the moment you actually drop out of the range of the oxygen, if you just slap down a new one, you know you're in the right spot to actually have a good tether sorted out. And it's just a glowing trail. So even though this is now a very, very large world indeed, you can see where you've already been and you can retrace your steps really, really easily, and it's just beautiful. It's just so wonderful. So that means I've now got oxygen right here, right by this massive, beautiful deposit of compound, which is good, because if I just hoover up the rest of this, and by the way, I just love the kind of hoovering blubbly blubbly blub noise that it makes. It's just beautiful. This here is actually, yeah, a decent compound deposit, so this will get me a lot of flipping tethers. Is that a resin deposit? Right next to this massive deposit right here, because if so, that'd be spot on. Oh my goodness, it actually is. It's a massive resin deposit. Oh, I've hit the mother load here. Yeah, resin and compound are the two good basic starting things that you need to make a lot of stuff. So, this is just perfect. So, in order to actually have myself a research chamber, we can actually have one of them right now. Materials already exist, so if I just basically click yes, they just get teleported into the printer, and that will now start being produced over time. However, if you kind of keep an eye on the plug down there, you'll see it's flashing red. The game's basically saying, hey, you technically don't really have enough power for this. Any chance you could sort that out for me at some point? Because yeah, if you've got more power, things can happen a lot more quickly. So speak of the devil, let's actually have a small generator getting produced right now. I can make that in my backpack, got myself a small generator, and that can actually be plugged in right there. And you know what, I'll actually have a second one as well. Having a couple of generators is a very, very good idea. So get that done like that, spot on, and I think I just made 3, actually. Okay, that's fine. 3 is good, too. Might be a little bit... I just made a 4th. That's probably overkill. Grab my little research station and shove it on there. Absolutely flipping marvellous. So now we need something to research. And I'm pretty sure I saw... Did I accidentally take down one of the tethers? I might have accidentally taken down one of the tethers. Sorry, my mistake if so. Yes, I saw one of them right here. So various things you come across are just research items, and they're compatible with the research chamber. And now I can start scanning that. Except it's going to take 15 minutes to do because of a lack of power. So thankfully, I actually have those generators I actually built before. So go up to those. They need bio to work. I've just been gathering some bio. You just basically hoover it off plants. So just get that over there, and another one over to here. And now we've got 2 generators slowly absorbing bio over time. So let's just quickly check in on our research at this point, and now that's going to be done in half the time. Spot on. Though if I could give it even more power, it would happen even faster. So I do actually have all those extra generators I made that I shouldn't have done. So yeah, just basically go up to any plants whatsoever and just start hoovering the ground. It's so nice. It just feels really nice, this game. It's so lovely to just wander around hoovering up grass. It's spectacular. So yeah, at this point, research is happening nice and quickly. But of course, we don't have to wait for that. Basically, you just want research to be happening back at base while you're getting on with something else. And that will slowly give me bites, I think they're called. So if I go over to my backpack, there's a little research screen right here. Everything in purple has not yet been unlocked. Everything in blue has been unlocked. So yeah, some of this stuff is very expensive, like several thousand bytes. What we want is probably as a starting point, a decent power solution. Because right now, yeah, those generators have gone offline because they've run out of organic material. So if you don't want to be constantly fetching organic material to plug into generators to burn it, then you're going to be needing some form of solar panel, wind power thing, something like that. That's not the only source of research, by the way. You'll find just like little things dotted around the world. I'm pretty sure I walked past one along this path over to the compound and the resin. Yeah, so there's just little things right here. So, hang on, I could have sworn you were one. Yeah, you just find little things like this, just hold Y, and there's just a handful of bytes. That's 61 right there. And there's a new thing that's underground. So yeah, normally you can't run while holding these things, but if you just actually extend out to as far as it'll go, and then just pick it up, extend, sprint, pick it up, extend, then sprint, you can actually move it much faster than the game kind of thinks you ought to be allowed to. Though just be careful you don't accidentally screw up your own tether network, which is probably what I did a minute ago. Now, I'm pretty sure I saw in this direction, yeah, that's the path I already went along. in this direction, so alongside, yeah, Printer Road, as I'm going to call it, just so I distinguish it from the other first road over there. Just slap down some tethers, head in this direction. That looks like that might be a big old resin farm over there. And some space junk as well. I like space junk, and hang on, that's unacceptable. I'd like my tethers to actually, there we go, not be clipping through the ground, please. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of space junk just floating around in this game. So you'll often find just things that may or may not be useful, potentially. So we've got a good resin field right here. And sinister red things. Don't know what they are. Hello. What's one of you? This is an Exodynamics Research Aid Field Research Unit. Refill internal power supply to unlock. Okay. That's interesting. So if I could actually just slap something down to power this thing, there might be something good hidden inside. And that's more research right there, by the way. Spot on. Here's a good resin field if I need resin for building more platforms. I'm not sure I trust these things. Hello. What are you? I'm going to try... Yeah. Figured you guys might be bad. So these things are potentially nasty. So I'm just going to root them up, and that's going to sort that out. But there's also... killing them gets me some research. And more over there as well. Flipping beautiful. In fact, I might actually be gathering enough research just by looking around to actually get myself some early upgrade projects. And by the way, what's that over there? Ooh, hang on. Hang on. We've got an entrance to a cave network over here. Yeah, get your footing back. Right, remember that this is here. We need to provide power for this thing at some point. That'd be very, very useful indeed. Now, this tunnel, let's see if there's actually a proper tunnel down here, or if it's actually just a bit of a... Okay, it's just a dead end for now, but that might indicate that if I were to go digging in this part of the world, there could be something that's nice and easy to access. Instead, I'm interested in these rocks right here. Hello. What are you precisely? That is... I don't know, but I'm just going to suck some of you up in my magic... Ooh, clay. And beyond that as well, we've got some research items I can take back to base. And some space junk. Space junk can be useful. Space junk is, yeah, you need like a shredder, turn it into scrap, which is useful later in the game. It's not so useful early on, but sometimes in the middle of the space junk, you find like a working component. So that's just debris. That's detritus. Okay, that's too big. Salvage, salvage, and salvage. No, none of that's actually useful. But if I had a shredder, I could break it down into something a lot more useful. Still, nice to know this is all here. Any sign of... Actually, you know what? I'm just going to run up to the top of this hill just to have a little look-see round. See if there's anything that catches my interest. We do have, I believe that's malachite right there. So, yeah, one of the bare bones things for copper, which could be very, very useful indeed. In fact, you know what? I'll suck up a little bit of that right now. Any chance there's more of it underground? Yeah, if you see some above ground, there's almost always more underground. Spot on. And here we are. I'm up to 700 bytes, meaning my research project back at base has now finished. Spot on. So that means, yeah, a whole bunch of stuff we should be able to unlock if it's like basic things. Like, yeah, things in white you have enough points for. So now, small solar panel or small wind turbine, for which we need either glass or copper. Honestly, we're probably better off with solar. Copper is fine because I've already got the malachite, which I think becomes copper. Alright, let's get some basics set up here. So, what I've just done is, yeah, I've built a new platform, and I've built a small printer. Because, yeah, the game starts you off with a medium printer, but not a small printer, which is kind of odd. It feels a bit backwards, but okay. So I built the small printer to allow me to build some storage, which is basically just a series of plugs I can just shove stuff into, which means, yeah, I can just keep a bunch of stuff to hand without having to have it in my backpack or just leaving it on the ground, which can be very, very useful indeed, because it means I can just basically have some spare organic and some spare resin floating around. Spot on. And of course, I don't actually need that malachite on me right now, because, yeah, that malachite is just an unrefined material waiting to be turned into something useful down the line. So we can just shove that in there as well. And, yeah, that clay, we might need that at some point, but I don't need it yet. So now I've actually got all my inventory space back, and these guys can just hang out in here. I like this game. I like games that give you sensible storage options. So now I can make myself a smelting furnace, but I'm actually out of compound. Probably because I built vastly too many generators for no good reason. Right, back to the old compound quarry that we found before. But yeah, sooner or later, this resource will run dry. So eventually you do need to go hunting for new resource nodes. So resin's fine. There's still plenty of resin in them there hills. And I know there's another resin farm the other side of my base. Though actually, yeah, this is a remarkably generous little outcrop of compound right here. I'm also just going to nip to the top of, yeah, this hill over here just to check. Aha! That looks like, I assume, more malachite, which I might actually be needing. And by the way, you can just die as well. And that is 3 research points. Spot on. And, hello, we've got something hidden in the mountain up here. Another little base. Hang on. Okay, if there's actually stuff I want to actually explore on these mountains, I need to be a little bit careful. And by the way, I might need to actually literally cut away through this. Ah, yes, I had seen this. So you used to be able to basically just suck up all terrain equally. Not anymore. Now, rocks are actually, you know, quite difficult to hoover up because a hoover versus a rock generally doesn't end well for the hoover. So, if you want to actually cut through rocks, I think you need to actually develop a drill bit, which is kind of cool. But yeah, you can see here, quarrying into stone is slow with the basic hoover. And I've also got more than enough compound for a smelting furnace. Begin construction. But now, yeah, power is very low right now. So if I just quickly just go and grab, I think there's actually plenty of organic over this side. Yeah, if I get all my generators working simultaneously, there will be enough power to go around here. That'll be fine. Oh, and that's super cute as well. You can actually tell whether you're still getting benefits to your research speed based on how fast the things are actually spinning around. Here we go. I've just shoved some malachite into it. So you don't actually program it or anything. You just basically shove something in, and it'll figure out whether it can actually do anything with that or not. Now, of course, with research and smelting happening simultaneously, we're massively shy on power right now. Which is, yeah, why I really want to get these solar panels out, which is why I'm making this beautiful, beautiful copper right here. Small solar. So that's going to suck up some power, but that's fine. If there's any power in base, that's okay. So take that, and obviously I developed this at the exact flipping moment that night rolled up, obviously. Now, there is also a thing over here that I've been ignoring this entire game, which is, yeah, big building on top of a hill, or like a crashed ship or something, and a car. Those are research items. In fact, loads of research items in the trees. Spot on. We've also got something I can just scan there for a handful of bytes. And this is, laterite. Aluminium material. Okay. That's actually, and oh, hello. Medium storage, you say? Right, well, that is very, very useful indeed. Though, yeah, sadly, I can't put that on my backpack. So let's just quickly take that back to base. Alright, so batteries I can nearly afford because, yeah, research is coming at a very healthy rate right now. But I don't have lithium yet, so there's no point unlocking that for the time being. Don't have access to glass either, so I can't actually use wind power, which is, of course, a bit better because it works at night. But what I do have is drills. Flipping beautiful. So I could get myself a basic drill right now for 1 ceramic, which I'm guessing is refined clay. So let's actually get that unlocked immediately. And hello over there. You just grab that. Lovely. And the furnace has most definitely jumped into life, so I'm guessing refined clay is in fact ceramic. Yes, because it would be odd if it wasn't. Now, is there anything else we had in here? That was just, yeah, that's just organic. We don't need to worry about that. So, yeah, that was just the storage compartment of a crashed ship over here. But there are a few more bits and pieces. More flipping research. Thank you very, very much indeed. More crashed cars. Oh, loads of crashed cars over here. And here we go. Power cells. So I'll be having them, thank you. And this is another one of those things that expects to be given a bit of free power and could potentially be of use. Fine, we've seen 2 of them, and there's a 3rd over there. Okay, so this thing expects to receive power. Refill internal power supply. Well, actually, now you mention it, I have literally just picked up some power cells. No, they're not compatible. But what I could do is, hang on. Okay, it's a little bit inefficient, but if I make myself a tiny printer out here, that's just one compound. That is not that bad at all. Because the thing is, I need some form of platform. A platform with a plug on the top of it. Because if I've got a platform with a plug on the top of it, then as a result of that, I could feed power into this thing that way. Because this can't leach power off a standard oxygen network. It doesn't work that way. So. By the way, that's free research over there. Thank you. How am I going to actually create that? Because I've got a small printer right here. This was probably a bit of a waste, to be honest. So, yeah, this thing also needs power. So, basically, I've just doubled the number of things that need power to function. You know, my base is literally 30 seconds run away. I could have already solved this problem if I just ran back to base in the first place. Alright, brought over a tiny platform here. And what I can do is, just grab the cable, plug it in to this thing, and now feed it power. Now, if it were day, I could use the solar panel, but as I've got these power cells right here, that can now actually feed power in that direction, and job flipping done. I've no idea what's in these things. I think these are new since the last time I played, and what do we have right here? We have got a research sample. That is worth, oh wow, 500 flipping points. Okay, this is worth flipping doing. This is, of course, much easier to do if you've got, like, you know, a car that you can drive around in that's got storage spots on it. Much flipping easier. But yeah, with the lift, toss, sprint mechanism, it's still pretty simple. Though, actually, hang on. Do you expect a different sort of power? Hang on, what sort of power are you looking for? I think blue is oxygen or possibly hydrogen. I always get those two confused, which is why they should not let me be a space person. But, ooh, that is a giant double field of compound. Oh, that's magnificently good news. Right, let's get the tethers moving in this direction because that's just what we need. And same deal again. This thing wants blue. Hang on, I'm going to check the encyclopedia in the game about this. Oh, hang on, it's laterite. It wants to be fed laterite. Oh, well, I've got some flipping laterite. This is bloody perfect. Though while I'm here, I will just quickly harvest some. Oh, look at the giant piles. This is a triple stash, isn't it? Yeah, there's, oh, we've hit flipping compound gold dust. Oh, and another crashed car just off the route. We've got exactly what I flipping wanted. We've got a battery. Backpack is full for the time being. Okay, hang on. What do we need to get rid of here? Small printer. Okay, I don't need that small printer. That was a waste of a printer. I'll do you a trade. Alright? I'll give you a small printer in return for that battery. So, ooh. And the question is, yeah, that battery is now absorbing power off the network. So it's pulling power out of my solar panels back at base to charge the battery. Because of course it is, because this game is just wonderful. So, batteries are good. Okay, new power network over here, which is, we got a solar panel set up. There's a battery. There's another solar panel right there, and another solar panel right here. So we've got 3 solar panels set up. And on top of that, we've got ourselves, the battery there, and all of those little mini generators I made by mistake are all hooked in as well. So in the event we need extra power, I can just harvest some plants. That will be fine. You, by the way, just get in there if you'd be so kind. And now, the moment we start researching, it happens at speed, even at night, because the battery can keep it going for the time being. It's not much of a battery, to be honest, but it'll do the job. Mainly the research will be a lot faster during the day, sure. And I believe, here we go, drill mod. I've now actually got myself a basic drill. There we go, drill mod 1, attached to gun, beautiful. And here we go. It is now morning, and as a result of that, power is being provided by the solar panels, and the battery is now recharging. Spot on. Alright, so the next step on my journey is probably to get transport going on. If I want transport, I'm going to be needing aluminium. Now, I haven't found any of that yet, so that means we need to go exploring. Okay, where's your plug located? Because I think you want laterite, so I'm going to give you some laterite. And spot on. Rare technology. And give her a scan. No, give her a scan. Put everything away. There we go. Ooh, another 500. Spot on. Right, so we know there's a giant pile of compound around here. I'm going in this direction. Yeah, screw it. Let's actually head in this direction towards the big thing on top of the hill past yet another bloody resin farm. So, big old pile of debris around here. Okay. But what have we got that's actually useful? And dump some more things down over here. Hello. That looks like that might be something. What are you? Oh. That is a backpack. Filled with interesting items, including fireworks. I'm starting to wonder if I might accidentally be in a shared world here. I'm not sure, because that feels like the sort of thing that a human might have on them. And also, oh, is that another flipping solar panel right there? I'll be taking that, thank you. Everything else is junk, but there's even more flipping compound up here. And more malachite. In fact, actually, that feels like a pretty big deposit of malachite over there, spot on, and more in the mountains. Now, actually, how am I at rocks these days? Oh, look at that. Look at that. My new drill bit, meaning I can just cut straight through rocks as if they were rock butter. Ah, flipping finally. We've got ourselves a way down into a proper cave system. Right, how many tethers do I have left at this point? Very few, but I've still got some extra compound. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to spend all my compound on tethers. And yeah, I am just carrying fireworks. Can I just trigger these fireworks right now? Because I feel like they're potentially taking up quite a bit of space. So, yeah, hold. And then step back because fireworks safety. And that was nice. So, down underground where, okay, hopefully the sexy metals live. The sexy shy metals. Alright, let's go find them. And be very careful you don't accidentally slip and slide and then die. Because that's a thing that can happen down here. Especially as, yeah, there's often multiple drops and ways and diddly-diddly-dees. Okay, so we've already found something sexy. What is... Oh, is that laterite by any chance? Oh, is laterite like unrefined aluminium? Is that where aluminium comes from? Is it from laterite? And if so, is laterite real or is that made up? Okay, there's also... Oh, wow. Okay, these caverns are good. I'm liking these caverns right here. So, this is this just compound, actually? Is that compound? No, it seems like it's fancier than compound. That's, sphaflerite. Whatever sphaflerite is, I've got some sphaflerite. Also, you bastards can just die, because I know for a fact you're nasty. Ah! This is one of those things that could be planted or studied, but I'll take studied, and... Oh, it's poisoning me. They're all poisoning me. I shouldn't have planted it, and then I immediately died. But that's fine. I can go and collect all of that. Luckily, I brought my special little cloning thing with me. So, I'm good to go. And just help myself to my old stuff too. Thank you very much. So, time to verify. Pink crystals down here. What are you guys exactly? Quartz. Okay. Ooh, glass material. Hang on. Ah, it does actually say zinc. So, sphaflerite is zinc. That's aluminium. And this is glass. So, that's wind power. So, that is actually fairly useful. Okay, number one. Let's make some glass using all of this here quartz. So, one glass should be from one quartz. It appears to be a 1-to-1 exchange rate all the time, which is good. Now, every glass gets me a small wind turbine, because apparently, like, wind turbines are made out of glass or something. I didn't think they were, but apparently they are. So, now I need somewhere for the wind turbines to go during the night. So, we've got this little power area over here, so I'm going to actually just, yeah, extend that out. And here we go. Got the glass ready. Aluminium is also being prepared right now. And that means, yep, spot on. Energy being topped up right here. Let's just get our first 2 wind turbines underway. Good, they are done. Move you over here to join up with the power network. So that should be absolutely fine. Unpack you. Come over here. grab a cable plug, plug that in, and now this is going to be where we produce wind power from. Spot on. Which will hopefully... Okay, there's totally wind. I can literally see the little wind things. Alright, there is wind. Don't pretend there's not. So now I've got aluminium and I've got compound. And now this is where things start getting sexy. Because now we start having transportation. So yeah, aluminium and compound and aluminium gets me one tractor and one trailer behind it. Which of course helps me carry infrastructure around if I want to actually take some infrastructure with me. Which could be very, very useful indeed for opening up all those various boxes I've been running into. And on top of that, I can bring more materials back home with me. So open up the tractor, open up the trailer. Lovely. And here is my sweet new ride. Okay, it's a bit on the small side, I'll admit. It's flipping beautiful and... How does it work? Oh, it needs power to operate. Okay, that's fine, because we can attach, power production to the trailer. So, got the compound, got the aluminium, begin production of that as well. Okay, so, trailer number 1, right here. So this thing is going to be needing some power. And let's actually give it a bit of power in the form of, solar. In fact, you know what? I'm going to put the solar at the front. And I'm going to take the battery off here. Because now I've got wind power here. I've got plenty of power back at home. And now I've got some spare battery power here as well. So now I can... Oh, now I've got flipping wheels. Spot on. Right. Hop out of there. Because now I need to actually give myself all of that extra carry capacity I wanted. And when I say extra carry capacity, I mean like, 2 slots. But I'm gonna feel badass because I'm gonna have my own tractor. Attach additional trailer. And there we go. So now we have got ourselves a tractor with... Oh, hang on. Was that one over there one of the ones that wanted power? I think it was, Right, so I'd say it's time for me and my tractor to go for a ride. And, oh, this is better. This is flipping better right here. So I'm just going to bring my tractor over to all of this business. Just pull up over here. Stop. Hop out. And, I'm also getting oxygen from this thing. And now I can use my tractor to actually power, get in the... Okay, back up, I'm a little bit too far away. To power this beautiful sexy thing. Now, while that's just being powered up by the batteries and the solar power and whatever, I'm pretty sure, forests tend to have loads of research in them. Because, these trees have various little just kind of blue things. They tend to be pretty good on the old research, so we're just gonna... dump that over there, and there was another one right here that I also picked up earlier. So I've got 2 of these. So, John, how on earth are you going to get both of them back? Well, it's lucky I brought a tractor, really, isn't it? And there we go. Another 500 odd points of research, which is just sexy as anything. And we'll just plug you on there. And okay, apparently only one of you fits on there. So basically, it's exactly the same as... Okay, it's still badass because it's a tractor, though now it's night, so I should really get back home in a hurry because now I'm running on battery power. Actually, no, this thing does not seem to be eating much power at all. So everything seems to be basically fine here. Everything is under control. So, next up, I'm going to be needing a very large amount of aluminium. Because now we've actually got the infrastructure to carry stuff around the world nice and easily. I can use that infrastructure to, get materials a lot faster. What I need to do is find some tungsten. Find some tungsten and find plenty more aluminium. Now, aluminium's the other way. That's the quartz that glass is made up of, which isn't what glass is made up of at all, but, whatever, we'll run with it. And there's more. You want laterite. I know you want that. Well, honestly, laterite I kind of want as well, so that's not going to fly on this occasion. Well, we do have a mysterious blue thing over here. Is that just potentially more laterite? Because that's sort of color-coded blue. Yeah, I think we've just got some laterite in the wall over here. Yeah, it's definitely laterite. Which is good. That is one thing I wanted, but honestly, I feel like I already had that one under control. There was a big deposit of that the other way. from where I'm going. So, good I've got this, sure, but could have gone... Ooh, actually, this is a lot of laterite, actually. Okay, fine. I'll consider this a good thing. Oh, this is so much faster than walking. It's beautiful. Alright, production of advanced resources well underway. New research continuing as well. Time to see what we're doing in terms of, yeah, launch. What do we need to do here? So, first up is going to be the landing platform. Where's the landing platform? Landing pad, wait. Is a landing pad the same thing as a takeoff pad? I feel like it might be. Like, sure, it's called a landing pad, but there's no variant called a takeoff pad, so I'm guessing that's the same thing. So, aluminium and ceramic. Fine, so I need some clay for that. Gotcha. In which case, I need, yeah, a shuttle. A shuttle is good, and that just needs aluminium, actually. So, hang on, what's the solid state booster thing for, then? Because I feel like I probably need that. Here we go. Solid fuel thruster or hydrazine thruster. Tungsten and titanium or... Ah, ammonium. I need ammonium. Gotcha. And then let's also get the shuttle itself. Okay, we're a bit shy on that, but that's fine. That'll be done in no time at all. Aside from the fact that, yeah, right now there's a bit of an issue about power, but it's fine. Okay, probably I should just take the tractor out to go and collect some clay while all of this is happening. When I say while this is happening, it's actually all done. Okay, hang on. Just you guys, you go over there and hang out in that storage thing. Oh, I need more flipping storage. Now, as for the clay, that was definitely in this direction. That was 100% in this direction. You just went over here, and then just after the thing that wanted power, you took a left towards the... Sorry! Alright, plenty of good refined materials here. The only thing I'm missing is ammonia, which I'm pretty sure you don't generally find in caves. That one is... Well, last time I saw it, it was in a forest. Which is when I was just playing this game on a different randomly generated planet. That was in a forest. Close by to where I started. So, I think... Yeah, I don't know if that's actually more likely to spawn in the forest. But I do have a forest right up here, close by to my starting area. So I may as well actually... You know what? I like this planet. I flipping like this planet. This is good. Okay, fine. I think ammonia is very likely to spawn in forests. This is the second time in a row I've seen it, and... Hang on, that wasn't actually ammonia, was it? Was that something else that was just, like, different, or was it just, like, a bit of an odd... Oh, blimey, I'm stuck in a tree! Okay, let's check them off here. I'm gonna need a launch pad to actually launch from. Where's that actually from? I think that's from... No, that must be from the medium. I don't think I actually need the large for anything yet. Yeah, double ceramic and aluminium. So, yeah, ceramic, take that. Ceramic, take that. One aluminium, take that. And as a result of that, that should just plug itself in over here. And what did I just pick up? I don't know what I just picked up, but it wasn't what I needed to pick up. So, yes, landing pad on, go, begin construction. Spot on. Nice and fast because there's not quite enough power. Okay, hang about. Let's just quickly grab ourselves some organic here. May as well provide supplementary power. Okay, so, one landing pad. Need to move this out of the way. Where's my little takeoff area going to be? We're not really using this area over here. This seems pretty flat. Yes, I'll put that over there. Is this flat? That is flat enough. You don't need to be like 100% flat. Like most of the way flat is. Oh, bloody hell. Actually, we've got a good area right over here. It's still not 100% flat, but I think it's the flattest we've had so far. Right, landing pad, spot on. Solid fuel thruster. Need some aluminium and some ammonium. Got plenty of that, thank you. Grab that, lovely. And begin working there. Do we have enough power? Yes, we've got enough power for now, but I'm just going to provide a little bit more there, because, yeah, the solar power's about to give up. So that's A-okay, so that's happening nice and fast. Right, unpack that right in the middle of my landing pad, which may possibly already be a takeoff thing. Limited fuel capacity, good for a round trip. Use. What do you mean use? No, don't stop using. Okay, it turns out I unpacked that upside down. And there we go. One small shuttle, which I assume I, like, plug onto the top of my thrusters. Now, this is where the game gets really interesting, by the way, which is I'd love to skip straight up to a medium shuttle or even a large one, lardy flipping dar. But the thing is, I can't, because I need aluminium alloy to make that one. I can't do that without having access to I think it's the chemistry workstation, if I recall. Yeah, chemistry lab. Now, I can't have that without tungsten. Now, I believe it's possible to find tungsten on this world, but it is staggeringly unlikely, because as I said at the beginning, each planet has its own set of resources that are more or less common. See, tungsten comes from wolframite, down there in the bottom right. And if I want some wolframite, I'm going to struggle to find it here. I might, but I'm unlikely to. If I want wolframite, yeah, I need to go to Desolo, a planet that does not sound that friendly, but is apparently swimming in wolframite. So as a result of that, we are stuck with, small shuttle. Here we go. With just 2 aluminium, you can apparently make a small shuttle, which is quite frankly impressive. That's a lot of stuff to make out of just 2 little blocks of aluminium. Luckily, yeah, I've got plenty of that. So over we go. Examine and begin the construction. And by the way, bonus power if you'd be so kind, because yeah, this thing eats flipping power. So we've got that on, right? Yeah, that's already on. Right, we need more flipping power. Luckily, this nearby forest, of course, has plenty of plant life in it. So, organic times many. So, yeah, right now everything's a bit on the slow side. But with plenty more power being provided all of a sudden, that speeds up immediately. Spot on. Okay, now just to figure out how to construct spaceship. So we're just gonna unpack this. Yep, there we go. But I feel like, presumably, we need to plug one of these things into that. No, don't fall over. Alright? This isn't bloody rocket science. There we go. The leg bone's connected to the hip bone, and now we're good. Is there actually a seat in this thing already, by the way? Do I need to do that? Okay. Exit, launch, or also launch. Okay, exit for now. What's that thing it wants? I'm going to try putting the oxygenator into it and see if it wants the oxygenator. So that when I get to the foreign planet, I've got a... Yes, it wants an oxygenator. Okay, good. Right, so when I get to the foreign world, I don't die. Yes, that does make sense. Now, thought. In case I run out of fuel, I should probably actually take along the ability to produce my own solid fuel thruster to make sure I can get back home again afterwards. Yeah? Good idea. So that small printer is coming with me, as are a couple of solar panels, because we know for a fact that this place where we're going is sunny, because I want to go to Desolo. So, think I've got everything I need for my trip, and to make sure I can actually make it back here. And, oh no, I can't take the tractor. Oh, tractor, I'm so sorry. I will come back for you, I swear. But, for the time being, you take care of the camp, alright? I hope you're not flipping lonely. And, away we go! Please don't explode. It didn't explode! I successfully took off. Hooray for me. I'm awesome. And yeah, I know my home is over there. But I don't want to do that. I want to go and try and find Desolo. Here we go, Desolo, which is very conveniently the moon. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. Right, spin, spin, spin. I think we're pretty close to her right now. Yep, that looks like... Ooh. Desolo's got a great big purple thing on it. Right, okay. So now... Yep, that's launch. What if I want to launch downwards? Here we go. I'm just aiming at a landing spot. So we're in orbit over Desolo right now. Where was the giant... Oh, there's a giant purple thing over there. Down we go. Aim for the purple thing. Aim for the purple thing. I'm so glad that Desolo was just the moon. Okay, so the purple thing was... It was over in this direction. Oh, flip. Oh, it's desolate. They weren't wrong. Right. Exit. And yeah, we've actually got ourselves everything we need here. Including, there's some very convenient starting materials. This is a little bit on the worrying side, though. We've literally just arrived, and already there's the murder plants that try and kill you with poison gas. Is that... What even is that? Hang on, what are you, precisely? Ooh, fancy different looking research things. And more of them, too. Okay, we're making good stuff at... What? What's this? Why have I just picked it up? Whatever it is, we're not taking... No, don't take the oxygenator out of the ship. We really need that to not die. Oh, flip. This thing wants power. Well, maybe it's producing power. Okay. This is intriguing all of a sudden. We didn't have these back on the home world. Actually, you know what? This is a useful thing for me to check here. So, are you wanting to give power or receive power? Let's just try plugging this in to my thing. Ooh. It did a thing. Okay. So now it's done a thing. And I'm guessing you all want to be plugged in too. Except, yeah, that's not providing power in any way. That's just literally something to plug in. Okay. We've got a mystery to solve here. Hang on. Here we go. You drop a solar panel, and a solar panel can stand by itself. Okay, that's the secret here. Yeah, oh no, don't do that. Don't mess with the oxygen supply. Right, yeah, I see what we're doing. We got some light coming in here. So my solar panel, which is now plugged into this thing, is providing... Oh, it needs to literally... Oh, wow, it's actually properly modelling. Is the sunlight hitting it, yes or no? Okay. So it's now broadcasting a little bit of power over here. Just the littlest bit. Yeah, but when it's in shadow, oh my goodness, it actually isn't just saying, is it day or night? It's actually checking, is sunlight physically hitting me right now? That's so cool. But this thing wants way more power. It wants flipping loads of power, because that little yellow thread is nowhere near enough. So, the best way to potentially power all three of these things at once would just be 2 small generators, and then that solar panel if it happens to be on. Yeah, okay, so that's power being fed in, but it's not enough. You need way more power. Okay, well, in theory, enough small generators in a line could do it. How deep does this go? Is this a proper cave system? Or is this just... Oh, this is a proper cave system. Do not fall into it. Right, okay. We've got a proper cave system here, which is... Oh, blimey heck. That's a lot of compound. And that's a lot of... I don't know. Possibly the laterite stuff. Okay. We need to make our way down here carefully. And when I say carefully, I mean in a way that doesn't lead to me immediately dying to... Why am I suddenly making clicky noises? I'm fine, don't panic. Right, I need to make a... Yeah, I need to make a safe tunnel down and... There is no... Oh, no, 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 no. Have I fallen? How... Where am I right now? Do not... Do not... Do not... There is really not much of a safe way down around here. Gotcha. Right, take a shallow tunnel down. That was actually pretty close. Could I... Oh, I really hope I can get back up again now. Also, I really hope I actually... Oh, dear. I can't get back up out of there. Okay, so this was a bit of a mistake. I'm on very limited oxygen right now. What's down here I can actually use? If I die down here, I can come and get my stuff later. It's not the biggest problem in the world, really. Just need to not be killed by the giant death mushrooms. Okay, I need to just go up. I'm starting to suffocate up. This is not going to fly. Right, get myself somewhere where I can find my own corpse. Yeah, the problem we've got here is the overhang is... Yeah, it's pretty much just over a void. There's no way to actually clamber down safely here. Because, yeah, both of those ways just led into falls I couldn't possibly get back up from. And I'm guessing if I... Yeah, that's That's straight up over nothing. So this is basically just a massive overhang. Okay, now be very careful and drop a tether right at the end, right here. Yep, and right here. And how far down is... That's way too far down. Where is there any form of way I might be able to... Actually, you know what? If I were to make a tunnel right over to here... Yeah, okay. This is incredibly, stupidly dangerous. But it might sort of work. Yeah, if I just basically create an area over here I can hop over to. Right, have I already got a... Wait, did I put one? Yeah, I already put one down over here. Right, over to here. And then there we go. Now I've actually got air down over here. Now, there's absolutely no chance in hell I'm going to be able to climb back up out of here. No, that's not happening. But I have oxygen. Alright? And all my supplies and everything is good. Right, safe here for now. Now what exactly? Wolframite! And with that, this is enough. Yeah, this is flipping loads. This is absolutely 10 million tons of tungsten. Also, I just need to praise this game's soundtrack for a second. Because it's playing the kind of, you know, epic choral music right now. And it feels deserved. This game feels so epic. I had to fly to the flipping moon to find this here metal. Alright, I'm going to take it home. And I'm going to use it to make an even flipping bigger ship. Because that's just what I feel like doing. This is, of course, depending on, you know, me ever finding a way to actually, like, get out of here. Because this is, yeah, a giant underground cavern without much in the way of up. I mean, okay, the way I actually came up here is, yeah, it's that route up there. If I were to create a looping spiral upwards in that direction, could I maybe get back across to... Okay, what if I actually just create... Okay, now I create a second path in this direction. Right, so now we just hop over to here. This leads me back over to... Okay, careful, careful. This might work. Jump! Leap of faith. Oh, flip it did. Okay, I now have a way in and out of the Doom Caverns. Flipping spectacular. Okay, so that's got me all the resources I could possibly want to take home. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. An hour or two has passed since the last time I spoke to you because I am somewhat interested in what happens if you manage to get this thing up to being a full bar. Because yeah, if you turn it on, then there's a little bit of a yellow bar. And when there's the solar power, there's a little bit of a yellow bar. And you see, it's all of them. It's absolutely all of them. So, I may have just invested in quite a few of these. So turn on, and on. Oh, it's making noise. It's doing something. It's doing flipping something. Have I unlocked it? I don't know. Do not turn off. Oh. It's making a flipply flip. Yes. Yes. Oh, I'm going to gaze into it. Ooh. What is it? I don't know what it is. I can gaze at it, but... Oh. Origin node surface elevation 2. There's... What? What have I done? Okay. I've turned it on. And now it's really pretty. Because I just pumped it full of power. Well, mission complete, I'd say. The Wibbly McWibble is now wibbling away happily. So that's nice. I've had a lovely time. But I think it's probably time to go back home, actually. Assuming I've got enough fuel. Which I really, really hope I do. Ah, we don't actually have enough fuel to make it back to our home planet. That's fine. This is why I brought the spare aluminium and ammonia and whatever that stuff was. Also, I think I may have just landed in a different landing site. So... yeah, this is definitely not where I landed last time. Does anyone remember where that aluminium that I specifically brought for the purpose of getting back home was? Because I very cunningly did bring along some aluminium and some ammonia so I could actually make a brand new thruster in case exactly this happened. And then I think I got overexcited because of all the tungsten ore I found, and as a result of that, I sort of threw all of it away, and now I don't actually have it anymore. So I decided to walk back to the purple thing. Then I realised I'd come to the wrong purple thing. Apparently there's quite a few of them, so I went to the wrong direction. So then I decided to, you know, bury myself down into some caves until I could find some laterite and scavenge some ammonia from a random spaceship. And what you're seeing right now is a sped up version of the journey that I flipping went on in order to actually do that. I walked across half this bloody planet just because I wanted any excuse to play some more flipping Astroneer, because I don't consider this just like a good game or a great game. I consider this a classic. Every time I've played this, when it's been time to stop because I've recorded enough, I've felt sad. I've wanted to play more. It's just a wonderful, wonderful game. It was brilliant originally, and it's just got better and flipping better. And thus, even though it took literally, I think, a couple of hours, and I had to build all of this from scratch on this lifeless hellhole with barely any plant matter and an incredibly short day-night cycle and a single solar panel, I have managed to get myself a new solid fuel thruster by finding some ammonium and then building all of this so I could refine the flipping aluminium. And that means I'm flipping off. I'm making it home. Though rather embarrassingly, yeah, only 3 wolframites actually making it with me. So away we go from Desolo and back to home. And I think I can just, land exactly where my home is. In just a moment. There we go. That's the spot. Yes, I think I'll be actually going for where my base already is. Thank you. So just zoom in over there. There we go. That took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to, but I've got a little landing spot right here. Everything's here waiting for me. All of my tethers, all of my infrastructure, and everything that makes my life a whole lot flipping easier. Yes. Oh, it's nice to have all of this power back again. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. Have some extra power. I like my base infrastructure. And that's what makes this game work so flipping well. When you've actually been to a little colony where you've got nothing, it makes you appreciate all of this so much. It makes home feel so much more like home, because you actually have to go to an area where you're stuck for a while with none of it. You need to rebuild everything from scratch, and it's just flipping lovely to be back. And with that there tungsten, I can finally make that chemistry lab I've been wanting the whole time. Ah, now I see how things fit together. Aluminium and copper to make aluminium alloy, all of that good stuff. Well, that's certainly doable. So the right combination of materials will get us the aluminium alloy. A little bit more research will get us the medium shuttle. What's the most advanced big shuttle, by the way? That is it's 4,000 research points and needs titanium alloy, which I have not seen any sign of whatsoever. Ah, that would involve a trip to Glacio, which is apparently a lot more flipping difficult. Thin atmosphere, windswept, icy mountains, difficult to navigate, therefore. I'm assuming some difficult things floating around there that want to kill me in some way or another. But it would get me the titanium I need to build a big ship. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen? I think this time you really do get the point, because I've been playing this for, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours at this point. I was only planning to play it for like 2, but it's Astroneer, and I flipping love it, and I might well put it in my top 10 of the year again. It went in early access at number 4. It might even be flipping higher in 2019. Who flipping knows? I love this game. It's wonderful. It does space and sci-fi and exploration and survival and everything right. It just does everything so flipping well. It is a work of art. I adore it, and it is now out in its proper full version after spending a fair bit of time being a very, very worthy early access game. I cannot recommend it more highly. Link in the description below, ladies and gentlemen. It is flipping fantastic, and I am sure we will see it again. I could very much see myself doing another live stream of this too. It is just a wonderful, wonderful game. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been many a true nerd, and this has been Astroneer. Thank you very much, and goodbye. This is the face of death. Okay? This is what my sudden death looks like. Do not engage before we arrive. Do not engage. What are you doing? I specifically said don't. Oh, no.
No, John.
Oh, he likes that. The Romans touched me.